listening to In the Spin with DJ Eddie E. Bringing you fresh spins from behind the deck, artist, pop culture, and all of the latest Billboard news. Now, live from Mankind Studios, your music McNugget and resident music maniac, Houston's own DJ Eddie E.
Holla at what it do. How's everyone doing today?
Yes, I'm doing fabulous, honey.
John, are you okay over there?
Yeah, I'm doing great.
That's my producer, John. Power Mankind Studios.
Oh,
Hey. Oh,
yes.
So,
Eddie, can you do that for us once?
no, I cannot.
You can't
Give it a try.
do it.
There. Oh, good. I can't do that. Oh, good. Oh, good.
Mm-mm.
Oh, good.
Yes, ma'am.
So, I'm kind of excited because today we have a really special guest. One of the guys I could look up to, influenced by DJ DREWG, will be here later on to interview.
Yes, ma'am. All right.
First, let's get started on a couple other little topics.
We
have an update.
Update on.
Bobby Christina,
Oh, yes, ma'am, honey.
the officers, they did a second search on her home, and they did find drugs in her home.
Oh, no, ma'am.
And the friend who found her unresponsive once allegedly drugged his girlfriend.
Crack is whack. Crack is whack.
So
Okay.
I think the important lesson they need to learn is they need to start taking showers. They need to
Okay.
stop taking baths and start taking showers.
Baby, who takes baths nowadays?
I don't know, but I'm not going to do it anymore.
I don't know, because my ass stopped taking showers back in 1986.
So are you
Okay.
saying the moral of the story is she wouldn't be dead if she wouldn't have took a bath and would have took a shower instead?
Yeah.
Oh, shame on you.
Well, she's not dead. She's brain dead now at the hospital, but the doctors are recommending that her father, Bobby, take her off life support and pull the plug.
Okay, well, hold on for one freak moment, because it's like there's some reports that are saying that some reports are saying that she is brain dead, and some of them saying that she's not. Am I confusing it? Because is Bobby Brown in denial?
He might be, but according to the doctors, the reports, she is brain dead. There's parts her brain is not gonna, like, she can stay alive, but she'll be like a vegetable. She pretty much will be dead.
Yeah, that's not a life, honey. No, man.
She'll just be there.
Mm-hmm.
But that's
Well, prayers for Miss Bobby Christina, honey.
for more on that story. You can go get the real facts at TMZ, because they always tell the truth.
Okay, for real.
They show you them receipts.
Okay.
And we talked about the Super Bowl, what our predictions were last time in the future. So it happened.
Mm-hmm.
What did you think about? First of all, the commercials sucked.
I don't really care for the commercial. Baby, don't even get me started.
One of them was they were all depressed, and there was this one with all the little girls, and I thought it was like empowerment for women commercial kind of thing.
That was kind of cute. So I was just like, okay.
But wait, and then it ended with always the tampons. I'm like, seriously? Like, I thought there was going to be a great message at the end of this, or some new organization or something like that. And then it's tampons. I'm like, why do you need a commercial for it? Who doesn't know that they need tampons?
You'd be surprised, honey. You will be surprised. Like, literally be surprised.
Like, oh, I'm bleeding down there. I don't know what's happening. I'm just going to keep walking.
Okay.
Or like toilet paper. Who doesn't know they need to wipe their ass?
Hello. Okay.
I mean, come on now. I did like the one with the Fiat commercial.
I don't remember. I don't know, because
the old man was gonna take a Viagra he was with this younger, really hot woman, and then the Viagra slipped out of his hand and it bounced everywhere, and it bounced all through the city, and then it ended up going into the gas tank of the little Fiat, or the little
the little
500, I think, the small one, and then it went in there, and all of a sudden you saw the sides of the Fiat bulk up and everything, like getting a boner, I guess, in a sense.
All right.
And then it pans out, and it's a big Fiat SUV crossover.
I don't know, because I wasn't really paying attention to the commercials because I was at Bayou City at the same time. So it's like I didn't play no music videos or anything like that. So basically what we did is that we put on the game on the big screen. So everybody was just watching the games. But the only commercial that I just couldn't stand is, and I know everybody's with me on this part, is that T-Mobile commercial with Kim Kardashian.
Oh.
Girl, I swear to God, just as soon as that commercial came on, my IQ just fell off the charts. Because I was just like, are you serious? Like, really?
But okay, back to the performance. Is it gonna, what did you think about Katy Perry's performance?
Baby. I was kind of hesitant because I'm like, oh, I hope she does a good show. I mean, because, because she's still a newbie. She's still new to the scene and all that kind of stuff. So it's kind of like, intimidating. So when she did the show or whatever, baby, she let me have it, honey. And then especially when she did that fireworks, honey, I was in tears. I was in tears. I didn't give a shit. I was in tears.
To me, it was good, but it could have been better, I think. And she didn't do a lot of her songs.
Well, you got to think of it, though, because you have a certain time frame, and you have to squeeze everything within 12 minutes.
Well, I know, but that wasn't 12 minutes. It didn't seem like it was 12 minutes to me.
Baby, it was 12 minutes.
And it seemed like Missy did half of her show.
But you know what, though? Just by that performance with Katy and then with Lenny and then with Missy, according to the Nessa Sound Scan, actually, I even hate to say this, please forgive me, but she had the most views for the Super Bowl halftime show. She stole it from Madonna. Madonna had a total of 114 million viewers worldwide. Katy had 118.5 million views. So, yeah. That's why I was just like,
well, I
damn.
like, the visuals and all that stuff that she had and the props and stuff. All that was good.
Yeah, it was.
So it worked out. I was entertained. I wasn't like bored or anything, but I think she could have done a little bit more because like she didn't do, like I think a good one that she could have done is E.T. But instead of, if she was going to bring Missy, she could have introduced Missy with that song, but and Missy doing Kanye's verse.
Oh, that's right. Well, I guess it just depends on how they want to do it, though. But I think in total, I think it was the shit. I loved it. Because you just remember, there's some people that they can't sing or whatever. Some people can't dance, and some people can do both. But I think she did very well. So that's why I give my thumbs up for Miss Katy Perry.
Well, all right then.
Yes.
Speaking
and moving
on it, well, not really. Because of that, a lot of people didn't know about Missy, and people think that she is a new artist, which I think is the funniest, stupidest thing I've ever heard.
Baby, don't get me started on that shit, because just as soon as I started reading the comments, I was like, oh, hell no. But
let me read you what I got from one Facebook.
Come on.
This person put this as their status. Katy Perry is going to make this Missy Elliott girl blow up. Ooh. And on the comments, it's one of the I'm going to read the comments in order.
Okay.
The first one was, it's Missy's time to shine. The second one was, Katy Perry is all about helping the new artist. The third one is, I guess, but I feel like she's trying to be the next Nicki Minaj. Oh. The one after that, this person had sense. He said, she's been around for years, right? These songs are like 10 years old. And then the person after that said, no, the songs were just on, not 10 years ago.
Dumbass.
And then the last one cracks me up. Wasn't she in TLC?
Girl, bye. Look, okay, I want to go ahead and clear it out because I have to give my side, okay? Miss Missy came out back in the late 90s, honey. If people don't know who she is.
Trash bag.
Okay.
And then
I can't stop the rain.
The shades that go over her head, yeah.
Yes. But you see, but if you really pay attention to all the people that are commenting that they think that Missy is a new artist or whatever, just look at their birth dates. Because when they were born, that's when she was actually out.
Yeah, the ones that are saying this are the little millennials.
That's what they call them now?
That's what they call them.
Girl, bye.
Because you know how they have baby boomers and stuff like that.
Oh, that's
right.
That's right.
Generation is called the millennials.
The millennials.
And then they're taking it, I'm a millennial. They think it's like a cool thing to be a millennial. Like,
I'd be like, y'all ain't gonna be the only ones, because when the next
That's not what
millennium's gonna
you
come
are.
in,
You know, it's just a category you're put in. You're a category, that's not your title.
girl, bye.
You didn't win Miss America or something. No.
Yes, ma'am.
But Missy tweeted in response to some of these things. I'm
Oh,
gonna
she
read some
sure
of her
did.
tweets.
I didn't get to read some of them, but let's see.
She said, "I think it's cool. New kids think I'm a new artist. That goes to show you that I'm still on fire. And then we'll, excuse me, and then we'll rip the down stages 20 years later."
Oop.
And then another one, she put, "The new kids think I'm a new artist and I'm about to blow up like Paul McCartney. Lord have mercy, child. I love me some y'all."
Okay, for real.
But the other funny thing is, shortly after the Super Bowl, Missy had 3 songs in the top 10 on iTunes. And Katy Perry had 0. And I think on Spotify, it was like over 100,000 plays.
Yes.
And I think even on Pandora, like all the stations were blowing up. Missy was on,
Yeah, they were playing Missy. Yeah.
She was on fleek.
Yes.
Yeah.
I
As
loved
the
it,
new
though.
kids say.
Fuck you.
Yes, ma'am. But all I can say is that she is a lot. Well, in my opinion, okay, because I don't want to start no shit. In my opinion, I think Missy is way better than Nicki Minaj.
Well, duh.
Way better. I'm sorry.
There's no comparison. These kids don't know. She can write, produce, rap, and sing.
And I think if I'm right, I think she is also named as one of the greatest female rappers. So, yeah. But moving on.
Well, according to Billboard Top 10, Billboard.com, the top 10 Super Bowl halftime performances are...
Oh, yes. Go ahead. Read the list.
Number 10, Michael Jackson in 1993.
Yep, I remember that one.
I do too.
I watched that one.
And number 9, Aerosmith, NSYNC, and Britney in 2001.
Yes, ma'am. That was... okay. That was a good one. And what else? Number 8?
Number 8. Oh, by the way, these aren't... and Billboard.com didn't put them in order according to views.
Oh, yeah.
These are just the top 10.
The top 10.
Performances by performance.
Yep.
So if you have any comments, then go to billboard.com.
Boop.
Not me. Number 8, Paul McCartney in 2005.
Yeah.
And that's what that you would get if you knew that. You would get why Missy made that reference. They think I'm gonna blow up like Paul McCartney.
Exactly.
And number 7.
What was number 7? Why you laughing?
It's a scandalous one and one of my favorites.
Come on. Yes.
Janet Jackson and Justin Timberlake in 2004.
Okay, let me go. Well, hold on. Let me go get my titty out of the drawer real quick, so I can just flash everybody with it.
I remember that. That was, and I could already tell.
And that was here in Houston. Okay.
And I already knew. I mean, I just had a hunch. Because the song says, "I'm going to get you naked by the end of this song."
And she did, honey. She just went.
I knew. I said, Justin's going to do something.
Okay.
But it caused quite a ruckus.
Hey. She can't do no wrong. No. I'm sorry.
She looked good, though.
She sure did. Hey, I love her.
A nice titty. Perky. Yeah, that one was the one I saw.
Yeah.
I mean, but when he ripped it, at least it didn't drop to the ground. It was up, it stayed up there perky. It was.
Yes, ma'am.
It stayed in place. Gravity did not. She was not bothered.
She was not bothered, honey.
And number 6, the Rolling Stones in 2006.
Oh, yes.
And of course, everyone knows this one.
Well, these millennials or whatever the hell they are.
Millennials.
Okay.
Beyonce in 2013.
Okay. I gave her credit for that. Yes, she did. Because when she brought back Destiny's Children, then, yeah. When she brought, I'm serious. When Destiny's Children came out, honey, I hit that damn floor. I was singing along with it.
I like that when she brought them. She did the classics and then she did Single Ladies with them.
Mm-hmm. That was a good one.
And then number 4, Bruce Springsteen and the E Street Band in 2009.
Hey, you can't do no wrong with Mr. Springsteen, honey. Honey.
Number 3, your favorite.
Which is?
Madonna.
Yeah.
In 2012.
Okay, now that one was a good one. I think that out of all of them, well, go ahead and finish the list and I'll give you my opinion.
Number 2 is U2 in 2002.
Oh, come on, U2. Hey, you can't do no wrong with U2 either.
Number 1.
Which is number 1?
Prince in 2007.
Yes! Little red Corvette. Hey, come on.
Well, that was it.
That was it.
That was the top 10 list according to Billboard.com. And I agree with this list. I would agree with it.
I agree with that list too, but I think that they're probably missing just one person.
Who?
That I have seen that actually brought it out and was the shit. It was back in, hold on. Oh yes, Super Bowl 1999, which was Gloria Estefan with Stevie Wonders and the Voodoo Band or something like that.
I think I remember that one too.
That one was a good one.
Yeah, okay.
Yes.
Well, we won't say which one we'll scratch out, but we'll do it mentally.
Okay.
All right, guys, you're listening to In the Spin with DJ Eddie.
Yeah.
E. My co-host DJ Araceli.
Yes. I'm right here, honey.
And today we're here with DJ DREWG.
Yes.
With Dirty Pop. He'll be on in just a second. And now would be a perfect time to go to my Facebook fan page and give it a like at In the Spin with DJ Eddie E. As well as my Instagram page at InTheSpin_.
Hey.
Our show is powered by Mankind Studios and is available for download at SoundCloud, iTunes, Facebook, and YouTube.com.
YouTube.
For those of you visually impaired, you can listen to us on SoundCloud, iTunes, and Facebook. And if you'd like to get more visual with us, you can watch the show on YouTube.
Yeah.
There's graphics and pictures and all kinds of stuff.
All kinds of stuff, honey.
Even us are on there. Hey.
We sure are.
All right, we'll be right back with DJ DREWG in just a second.
Hi, this is Tatiana with Out and Out Talk with Tatiana and John. Are you about that app life? Does the app life got you down? Well, we want to hear from you. Here at Out and Out Talk, we are looking for the juiciest story from any date that you've been on through the apps. Grindr, Jacked, Boy Ahoy, Scruff, Growler, all of them. Doesn't matter. We want to hear from you. Be sure to email us at Tatiana@outandouttalk.com or John@outandouttalk.com. And if your story is just that juicy, we may just pick it and read it on the air or give you a call and let you tell your story on the air with us. Make sure you give us a call, or we'll give you a call, or we'll give your date a call. Either one, let us know.
Welcome to Dirty Pop with DREWG in the mix. The best in pop and EDM. Get into it.
Happy Labor Day, everyone. This is DREWG, and you're listening to Dirty Pop 37. It's our annual End of the Summer disc. I truly hope you enjoy all the new tunes we got here for you guys. Check out our new website, officialdirtypop.com, our original website, djdrewg.com. Check us out on SoundCloud/DJDrewG, and also you can download the Dirty Pop podcast, as always, on iTunes. Look forward to seeing you guys on the road, and have a safe and happy holiday.
And we're back. And today I'm really excited to have one of my good friends of mine that really influential in my life, and he's inspired me to do a lot of things that he's done, and hopefully I can get to a level he is someday. He's one of the most sought after talents on the dance music scene. His work is no stranger to the Billboard Club chart, and certainly no stranger to my music library. Everyone, please welcome DREWG.
Thanks for having me, guys.
You doing all right, Drew?
I'm sorry, what?
Are you doing all right?
I'm doing good.
I think the last time
Running
you were
around, getting some fun.
the last time you were in Houston was in New Year's Eve, right?
New Year's Eve, yes.
How was that?
It was good. I love going to South Beach. I love playing there. It's always a really fun crowd, and probably one of the bigger rooms in Houston, I think, at this point. So it's nice to be able to play there.
Yeah, I think I missed you. I was opening for you, but I had to hurry up and get to my to Meteor down the street. So I think as I was walking out, you were walking in.
Yeah, they said it was a slip in, slip out thing. So
yeah. So I know you were born in New York City in '83, right?
I was born on Long Island.
Oh, Long Island?
In 1983, actually, yeah.
Okay. So you're like you're a year older than I am, but you've done so much more.
I started pretty early with all this stuff. So.
Yeah, I mean, I see. I heard that you started by learning to play guitar, and you performed with various death metal bands. And by 18, you had already released 5 albums and produced several others for local bands. How did that come about?
Yeah, we did a ton of stuff. But I was working at record stores and stuff when I was 13, and I started getting into my own bands when I was 13, and we would make our own albums and stuff. And other people liked how the album sounded, so they would hire me to go over and go to the studio with them and to record their records for them. And that's how that basically all came about. That's how it became my first studio tech kind of job. It was all kind of unofficial, just working in the studio with other bands and helping them kind of get their sounds where they want it to be.
I mean, that's a lot, even for just, for being 18 and already achieving that so much. That's pretty good.
Yeah, it was pretty crazy back then.
And how did you get into death metal?
Well, my parents, growing up, I thought that music was country music and disco, because that's all my parents really listened to. And then a friend of mine slipped me a Cradle of Filth record, and I fell completely in love with it. I just really loved angry music. Even still now, if you listen to my production work, you can see it's a bit angrier and harder than I feel than a lot of other people's production in dance. And we always want, the whole dirty pop thing was always to be very edgy.
Yeah. It was very, very edgy. I think that's what makes it stand out.
Yeah, definitely.
So one of your first gigs was in NYC on Friday nights at Stonewall, and then I think you went on to become the resident DJ at Gypsy T after hours on Saturday.
I started playing at Stonewall. It was my first gig on Sundays. Was my very, very first slot, and then I took Fridays. Sundays was a disco night, and they used to make me play disco. And every chance I would get, I'd start playing housey, and they would yell at me and tell me to go back to playing disco. That was in the disco room, and that's what I was playing. So then they gave me Fridays. I would play on Fridays, and one of the Roxy promoters heard me play, Scott Aguiar. And Scott gave me my first Roxy spot opening for Chris Cox. And then they liked me, so they had an after-hours party that they were starting at Gypsy Tea, which was at Janino's? Yeah, Gypsy Tea. And it was held by the same promoter, and he was starting it out back then. He needed DJs, so he asked me if I'd play that, and I played that. And that was kind of where I kind of broke my teeth, I guess so to say.
Yeah.
There would be large crowds that would come out to like hear me just play tribal drums all night long.
So back then
it was all about tribal drums.
Yeah, I was about to say, what was the music scene must have been like really crazy different. So what was in the spin, excuse the pun, what was in the spin back then at that time?
What was I playing back then?
Yeah, like what's the styles and the
very,
genre?
very tribal. I was playing very tribal circuit house back then. Very, very after hours, very drummy, very, very non-vocal. Yeah, it was very, 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 very different than today.
So up until that point, who would you think would have been one of the most influential people from the beginning to like at this point in your life?
I don't really know who I would name, but the most actually, I'm sorry. The most influential person in my life that has been around the longest in my life would be my manager, Orlando Porta. Orlando broke so many artists, broke all Madonna's huge records, and I'm just honored and thrilled that Orlando even listens to my music, let alone represents me. It is just an honor to be a part of his team and be, on his roster. I mean, total legend. So, definitely Orlando.
And then came Dirty Pop.
Yes, and then came Dirty Pop.
So how was
a total accident?
It was an accident. Okay. Well, before you tell us how Dirty Pop was born, can you explain to some of the listeners that don't exactly know what is Dirty Pop? The brand. Is it like a tour that you go around? To those that don't know.
Well, Dirty Pop's lots of things. Dirty Pop is a brand. It's a clothing line. There's the Dirty Pop parties, which is how it originally started. There's the Dirty Pop brand of remixes, which are me and Brian Kua together. Combined would be a Dirty Pop remix. So it's basically those three things that sum up Dirty Pop, but still mostly revolves around the Dirty Pop parties, which are the biggest part and the kind of fuel for the Dirty Pop brand. Those were started in New York City because we want to throw a poppy party for younger gays, and we wanted it to be a bit dirtier, for lack of better words. And it certainly was, and we got shut down left and right. And gradually, as time progressed, we kind of had to clean up the atmosphere of the party, but we figured out a way to make the pop music sound a bit dirtier, so to say, by remixing it ourselves. And that's where the whole Dirty Pop sound was born. It was making dirty, dark, harder beats for these pop songs that everybody liked.
So how was it that it was an accident being born?
Well, the party was supposed to originally be more of a circuit thing, and it just didn't work out.
So you took your plan B?
The other DJ who was playing before me was playing poppy mashups one night, and I decided that I was going to do the same thing, and that's where it all kind of started. Because originally, the first branding of Dirty Pop was very mashup-y. It was mashup-y, and it leaned a little bit electro, but it was just very mashup. And as time's progressed, dirty pop has become very much more electro, and now with the whole SoCal house theme, things have gone very, very different with the the orchestration of things and blah blah blah. So it definitely has a very distinct characteristic now. It's more of a, I would say, matured sound, the newer dirty pop compared to the older stuff. We love the older stuff, but the newer stuff is really what we are proud of the most.
I mean, because I hear you. You also incorporate some of the older stuff into your dirty pop.
We do, but not as much. The mashup thing was really fun when it started, and I really loved being a part of that the mashup scene and really making that headway on that. But it really is all about house right now. It's all about defining house and leaning away from that kind of like hardcore like EDM thing. The build-ups and the dropouts for long periods of time are kind of done. It's about keeping a solid beat, being very housey in my mind.
Okay. And you also have work with Andrew Christian, right? Is that your sponsors?
Andrew Christian used to be one of our sponsors back in the day. Probably up to like Dirty Pop for Triple X was probably the last one we did with Andrew Christian. Then we parted ways.
Do you have any current sponsors?
Great guys, no, we don't have any underwear sponsors.
So
we work with Teammate a lot in Australia.
Yeah.
They do a lot of our events. But we don't brand with anyone else anymore.
Well, so you pretty much just built yourself a little empire.
We have built quite a little empire.
Just
We're
like
very
that.
proud of it. Very protective of it too.
Like that little game on was it Facebook Boom Beach? You just came in and wrecked the scene and made it your own.
I don't know if I wrecked the scene. I came in and I just did my own thing, and I like to think that people like what I do and they come out because they enjoy hearing something a little bit different, and that's really good. I applaud everyone for what they do. There's a time and place for every kind of music. There's no music that I personally dislike. There's a time and place for everything. So I'm just happy that people enjoy what I do.
And that they do. And by the way, congratulations on another Billboard #1 for your Dirty Pop remix on Beyonce's 7-Eleven.
Thank you so much. We're anticipating that Madonna is actually going to hopefully go #1 next week with Living for Love. So 2 in a row for us. That'll be pretty awesome.
You continue to do big things. Big influence you are to everyone. Can you explain to us what a deconstruction and a reconstruction is and the difference between the two? Because a lot of people are confused about that.
Okay, so deconstruction is basically the modernized format of the original Dirty Pop mashup. It's combining 10 to 15 songs and turning them into something that they were not originally sounding like. So, but originally in the original Dirty Pops, that was based with lyrics, but now it's based with musical elements. So a deconstruction is a glorified, huge mashup of 10 or 15 songs all tossed together and changed up to make something completely different than they originally sounded like. I think a reconstruction is basically the same thing, but that's different from people's branding.
So, like for example, I think Paulo did a reconstruction. He did he took your Dirty Pop mix of Blow and put it with his, so that would be a reconstruction.
No, it's reconstructions and deconstructions are the same things. The only difference is that the D was because my name was Drew. That's why we switched out the R.
Okay. All right, I get it.
It was just a branding thing. Yeah, it was deconstructions, Drew. I was taking things apart. It made more sense.
All right, what is one of the craziest moments you've had in your DJ career?
Every single party we play in Australia is crazy. So I'm gonna say Sydney is my craziest everything completely moments.
What's going on down under?
We'll be in Sydney in 3 weeks for the underwear party, which is run by Jason Harrigan, and that's the biggest underwear party in Australia. It's like 3,000 guys. It's huge, it's gigantic. It's just amazing, so much fun. Greatest vibe ever. And this year I'll be headlining Day Wash as well, which is the Sunday closing big circuit party as well. So I'm kind of excited about that. I'm just happy people are kind of the new sound that we're doing is being accepted on the circuit, and I'm really happy about that.
All right. So speaking about traveling, how do you handle going from city to city, and then still manage your personal life with your honey boo back home?
It's really hard. I often will fly out on the first flight out on a Friday morning and fly back on the first flight out on a Sunday. So I usually leave Friday morning early, and I'll get back Sunday morning to San Diego around 10 a.m. when my husband's staying out. So I really don't usually miss much of Sunday, but Friday and Saturdays are always I'm always gone.
All right.
And some Sundays too. It depends on the week, but usually Sundays are my relaxed day off.
So what's next with you? Any big announcements coming up? I think I heard I saw on your Facebook you had something that you were, but I'm not sure if you already announced it.
There are a few big announcements coming up. I can't divulge them yet. There's 3 remixes that are really, really big that are coming up from 3 artists that we've already worked with. That's all I can say on that. There is a really big headline spot at a circuit party that I'm going to be able to announce probably in like a week, maybe 2 weeks-ish. And then there's a new, 2 new residencies that I'm going to announce.
Okay.
So, bunch of new stuff. It's really crazy lately. And I couldn't be more thankful for it. It's fun. I love this craziness.
All right, so I know about your situation with SoundCloud, them giving you a hard time, and they just completely took your page down after you paid for it. So can you let everyone know where they can listen to you now, like where they can now go to find you on social media and everything, and so they can listen to your mixes there?
They can search Dirty Pop on Podomatic now. It is in the process of being reapproved into the iTunes store because it was just approved back in the day. That whole SoundCloud fiasco was hosted by SoundCloud, and since SoundCloud took it down, it has to get reapproved. So it's going through the reapproval process right now. So it should be like a week or so, and that'll be back up on iTunes. And you can find all the old mixes on Mixcloud /official Dirty Pop.
And on Facebook and Instagram?
Facebook is /DJ DREWG. Instagram is Dirty Pop Official.
All right, and other than that, what are your local residencies that you do there at home that they can find you at every week?
I don't have a weekly residency anymore. I'm always traveling somewhere. But my local residency, my home residency, so to say, would be Rich's in San Diego. I'm always there on the 3rd Friday of the month. Every month, like clockwork, 3rd Friday.
All right. I just got one more question for you before we wrap up.
Sure.
What's the best advice that you would give, and from DJ to DJ, up and coming DJ?
Check us out on Twitter.
The best advice I could give to anyone who wanted to become a DJ is stay true to themselves and always do what they want to do. No matter who tells you what, people would tell me all the time, you can't do that, that's wrong. There's nothing wrong with making music. What you make is perfect for you, and just stay true to yourself and do what you want to do. And if you have a vision, make your vision happen. That's all it's about. It's about, you have a dream, make that dream come true, and do whatever you can to make it come true.
All right, that sounds like really, really good sound advice. That seems to be one of the ones that everyone seems to say first. But yeah, I think that's very important. You're listening to In the Spin with DJ Eddie E, my co-host Araceli. And that would be a perfect time to go to my Facebook fan page and give it a like at In the Spin with DJ Eddie E, as well as my Instagram page at InTheSpin_. Our show is powered by Mankind Studio and is available for download at SoundCloud, iTunes, Facebook, and YouTube. And Drew, just thank you for doing this for us and taking time.
Oh, no worries. Appreciate it.
All right.
Have a good day, guys.
experiment her mind. But in the cultural sense, I just weaken future tense. Judas is me of offense, to where here comes the next time. I wanna love you, but something's pulling me away from you. Jesus is my virtue, and Judas is the demon I cling to. I cling to just a holy fool, baby. It's so cruel, but I'm still in love with Judas, baby. I'm just a holy fool, baby. It's so cruel, but I'm still in love with Judas, baby. Oh, with Judas,
We're back. We're sorry, we're a little excited here.
We sure are.
We had during break we stumbled into some news.
We sure did.
We'll share a little about that later.
So stay tuned, everybody.
Yes, but that was an awesome interview with DJ DREWG.
We need to verify our facts on that story.
We sure do.
Before we put ourselves out there like that.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, but continuing.
Yes.
Great interview with DJ DREWG.
It sure was. He's such a sweetheart.
He is. He's a great guy.
Love him.
Great influence. Like I said, I look up to him, and hopefully one day I'll have my own little empire.
Come on, Empire.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, Cookie.
Cookie.
Yes.
All right. Araceli, do you remember some of these? I'm gonna, I guess, ask you a couple questions and see if you remember, or you can tell me your story about remembering these things.
In the words of Lady Shamu, come on. Come on.
I thought it was Yes, Ma'am, Hope.
No, that's the new one. Back then in the day, it was come on.
Okay, that was the old school. Mm-hmm. Do you remember having to wait, or you would wait by your boombox?
Oh,
your stereo,
God.
like all
For real?
day long, because
Yes.
you knew your jam. You waiting for your jam to come on, and you would wait all day long to record it, and then it finally came on, and then towards the end of the song, the DJ comes on and starts yelling and blapping and blah blah blah, and ruins everything that you just waited all day long to record.
Baby, you know what? When that shit happened, oh my God, I would be so livid. And I'm going to tell you one incident that happened to me once.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, this was back in, and I will never forget it. It was back in November of 1997 because they were doing that world premiere for the new song from Spice Girls when they did the second album, Spice World, for Spice Up Your Life. And I didn't know because it was the dance version that they played. It was the David Morales radio edit.
Yeah.
So when they played it and I was ready, I had my cassette in there. I had put on record, but I had it on pause. So just as you take it off pause, it will start. So just as soon as the DJ announced it, and it's like, here it is, the world premiere for the Spice Girls, Spice Up Your Life. Here, take it. And so, bam, I just started recording and I was just dancing and dancing. And then just about the song was about to end. And this was it. Thank you for listening to blah, blah, blah. I was just like, mother. I was livid.
And then the songs that you didn't want to record didn't have that.
Yeah.
They would just like
God.
go into another song or something like, and they're like, oh, that one you don't scream at, but this one, you choose this one.
Yeah.
It's like they knew.
And I remember which station too. It was on 104.
Oh.
It was. I was just like, really?
Well, I'm pretty sure that person may not work there no more, being that it was so long ago.
Oh, yeah, it was so long ago. Yeah.
Because no one has a boom box and is waiting by the radio anymore with the recorder and the pause down to get a song that they want.
Okay, because you can't even find no cassettes no more.
That was the millennials. These are struggles you never had to struggle with.
That was a struggle.
Okay, we struggle. Y'all don't struggle with nothing.
Okay, and then I would and the thing about it is that when that happened, I would never take out my cassette. I would just leave it on pause.
Mm-hmm.
So when I would
Next
hear
one.
another song or whatever, okay, boom, play it.
The
Just
thing
record
I
it.
used to hate too, it was more my mistake. It would be you know how you're recording, but you forget to check the length, like how much you have left on your tape.
Oh, I will keep on looking at it
No,
too.
well, I would forget sometimes, and I would just be into whatever. The next thing I know, and it's like one of the top jams or something like that,
Mm-hmm.
and then boom, it stops, and I'm like, no, so I have to flip it over real quick.
Flip it and hurry up and just play it.
Yeah,
Yep.
that sucked. That
Oh
was
God. Hey, but you know what though? Those were the days though,
Mm-hmm.
because even though like you can just tell they was recorded off the radio, but when you listen to them now, those were the days, honey. They sure were.
and I was the coolest little kid because I had all these songs. How do you get all these remixes, and how do you you always have the coolest songs and mixes and blah blah blah.
Mm-hmm.
And you also
Yes,
remember or when you tried to download a song, this is after the tapes, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember when you tried to download a song, and it took hours to just get one song?
What? Okay, say that again. Hold on, because I'm over here thinking about.
This is when Napster and
Oh yes. Okay.
you remember at the beginning, and that's when in dial-up. So y'all know nothing about our struggle.
Okay,
Remember
I would
dial-up?
never forget that.
Welcome
Welcome to America Online.
You got mail.
Exactly.
Yes, ma'am.
But it took you forever to even connect.
and then just as
then once
soon-
you connected,
And then all you hear in the background is your mom. Get off the phone. Get off the computer. I need to use the phone.
yeah.
Oh God, I hated that.
And it was
Oh God.
yeah. So you try to you look for your song and you get it, and then it takes like 2 hours
Oh my God,
to
for
download,
it to download
or
and,
more. Sometimes it even took more.
and it would just depend, because I remember that when Napster first came out, and it was so cute because it had the little cat with the little headphones
Yeah.
on. I was just like, yes. And so when I started downloading the songs, I would sit there for one song for like 2 hours in front of the computer, make sure that it was going okay, make sure that the speed was all right. And then remember at that time that who's ever downloading from you can actually cut them off.
Yeah, they would do that.
And they would do that just as soon as you have maybe a couple of seconds before 98%, just a couple of seconds before the song was about to finish downloading, they will cut you off, baby.
And it's not like now that you can pause and download and resume it. Back then, if they cut you off,
That's it. You can't get
you
it
gotta
back.
start all
over
over.
again.
Some of them
Oh
would-
my
they would
God,
just-
I hated
they would
that.
be douches. They would be like, well, you're not sharing with me, so I'm not sharing with you.
Exactly.
So,
and
like-
you can only be able to download maybe the most 3 songs at the same time.
At
that was
time.
it. Mm-hmm. Oh,
I mean, I wouldn't even try to do that because it would just slow the other one down.
exactly. So I would do it individually, one
And
by
then,
one by one.
Once you're done, this was the other thing that pissed me off. After you're done, I was like, well, I'm glad I waited an hour and a half, to get the crappy sounding version of No Scrubs. Thank you. Like, you had to wait all that time. Then you found out if the version was good or not.
Exactly.
Or sometimes they would have recordings that would have the MCs or whatever yelling in the background.
Exactly.
all
And then
throughout the song.
sometimes, and you have to, and at that time, you had to make sure that you knew how long the song was, because some of them will be recorded or whatever, and then
Cut
it'll
off.
cut off. Oh no, that was a struggle. And then you couldn't even
because you couldn't preview them.
Not like iTunes where you can preview the song and be like, okay, this is it, download. Nope. So basically, it's that you just click. If you see the song, you click on the file and you hope that it's the right one.
I remember getting some of my first club mixes from David Morales, Peter Rahoffer, Junior Vasquez, all of them back on there.
My first club mix that I got from Napster, and I will never forget it. It was Shakira's song, which at that time, before she did the English album,
Ojos Así?
No, it was before that single even came out. It was Ciega Sordomuda. The remixes from Pablo Flores. Those were the first ones that I got.
That was way back then.
That was back in...
That's when Shakira had red hair. Did not care how she looked.
Nope, it wasn't. She didn't have red hair at that time.
She was
She
indie.
she had black hair. Her natural black hair.
Oh, yeah, she was black hair. Yeah.
That was the album, De Donde Están los Ladrones, when she had the braids.
Yeah.
Yes, honey.
And do you remember having to buy an entire album for one song? $15 down the drain because Aqua couldn't release a CD single of Barbie Girl.
Oh, because of Mattel and all that company. Yes.
Remember that. You remember that? But still, I mean, like, you had to buy the whole freaking album for that one song you wanted.
But do you want to know a little detail about that?
About the whole thing or just the song, Barbie?
Yeah, just about just by Aqua.
What?
Just by that. In reality, because you see, when when an artist releases an album, every country is totally different. The singles, most of the songs on the album are literally singles, but they're divided. Only certain singles will be sold in the U.S., while the other songs that are not played here in the U.S. are being played on the other side of the world, and those are considered their singles. So each country had their batch of singles from that album. And so in order for you to get those singles, you would literally have to special order them, but which was very hard at that time because eBay didn't exist, Amazon didn't exist, none of that existed. So you would literally have to go or walk into FYE or Soundwaves or something, and you would like hope that they could special order it from other places. I remember that.
The struggle.
Now, that was a struggle. And
I remember that.
When you do that, when you special order the like any of those other singles, they would actually come out more expensive than you just buying the album.
I
itself.
know. So you might as well just buy the album. They made it kind of hard too. There was some that had singles, but
yeah,
some of them wouldn't release the damn single.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, and then when you did, and then you lend your friend the CD and getting it back all scratched.
Oh, you see, at that time,
like, what did you do? Did you put it in the trash chute or something? What did you go to? You owe me $15.
Okay.
And you're not borrowing anything else anymore.
Yeah, the CDs at that time were between $15 and $20. At that time, exactly.
I think then they started letting you preview them. I think was it Disc Jockey? Do you remember Disc Jockey?
Yeah, Disc Jockey.
They started having those little listening stations. You can come in and scan the CD and listen or whatever. Everyone was there. It was like the new hangout place.
Exactly. And listen. Then sometimes you get fed up when somebody is listening to one entire album.
Yes.
And then they will get the other album and listen to it all. I was just like, oh, I hated that.
But another thing that these millennials will never have to experience, it's a little off topic, but
yes,
getting lost with the printed out directions you got from MapQuest.
Yes. Oh my God. No. Oh, like I hated that.
You would read and it says turn in like 500 feet. You're gonna take a left over here. And then I'm looking. I'm like, there's a lake over there.
Exactly.
So I'm supposed to take a lake and drive through the water. And is there like a road I don't know about?
Oh my God. And that was at the time when MapQuest was just brand new, and they had so many glitches.
I know they said check with your local whatever, because roads may be changed construction and all that stuff, but some of that stuff was just really jacked up, and I'm like, I clearly see Six Flags to my left, and you're telling me to go right right back to downtown. What is going on here?
Exactly.
Is that a shuttle bus that I'm driving to?
Baby, okay. I'm just like, no ma'am. But that was a struggle. Struggles were looking for the CDs. Struggle was MapQuest. What else was the struggle? The music videos. Now that was a struggle.
Yeah, playing them on VHS and having to fast forward and rewind and finding the spot.
No, not that part. Well, that part too, but I'm talking about, like, remember when MTV used to show all the music videos? And remember TRL and all of that? And I would run home.
Oh, yeah.
I would run home from school, and I would try to get to the house so fast before 3 o'clock because I knew that one video was going to debut worldwide, and if I missed it, I missed it. I hated that.
And then I used to record some of those videos too. And then only to be interrupted by screaming tweens, all these tween little girls.
Oh, God.
I'm like, shut up.
Come on, Carson Daly. Yeah.
I had a crush on him too.
Who didn't? That boy was a cutie though. He really was. He really was.
Yep. So I guess that's it for today.
Yes.
You're listening to In the Spin with DJ Eddie E, my co-host DJ Alaceli.
Yes.
Our guest today was DJ DREWG.
Oh, such a sweetheart.
30 Pop. And that would be a perfect time to go to my Facebook fan page and give it a like at In the Spin with DJ Eddie E, as well as my Instagram page at InTheSpin_. Our show is powered by Mankind Studio and is available for download at SoundCloud, iTunes, Facebook, and YouTube. And again, if you're driving, don't have time to look, or busy driving, pretty much, you can look at your phone.
Yes,
we don't want you to do that. Listen to us on SoundCloud, iTunes, and Facebook. And if you would like to actually see the episode, you can go to YouTube and In the Spin with DJ Eddie E and watch it there.
Yes.
All right, guys, and just remember, if you're having a bad day, press play.
This ain't love, it's clear to see. But darling, stay